Well, hello again, and welcome back for another episode of BarTalk.
Hello?
It is your host, Abigail, and your co-host, Tracy.
Yeah.
And we are here to talk about tattoos.
Wait, hold on, pause.
Oh.
We're in a new place.
Shit.
We're becoming the traveling podcasters.
Yes, Tracy has a home.
Oh, shit.
She's no longer unhoused.
I am no longer homeless.
It's unhoused is the PC version.
Oh, whatever. Homeless. It was a homeless stretch for sure. My house is so cute, guys. We did it all ourselves. I'm so excited.
It looks great.
This is not where we're actually going to podcast, but we're just kind of here because my guest room is being fixed up. Can't do everything all at once. You know, big try to get shit done, but that's a lot. So that's in time, which is very soon. Very, very soon. But we're here right now, tentatively, in my living room. Mm-hmm. Very cool, very cool.
And Tracy's got Fayetteville this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Tampa to fuck off.
Yeah. When are you leaving?
I'm going to have a fucking full-fledged breakdown. Huh?
When are you leaving?
Friday.
Oh, good. Yeah, she needs some like TLC, take care of Abigail time, and so she's going with her sister to Tampa. And the big girls, the big guns, we got Ultra coming up. Wait, yeah, this will come out the Thursday before. Yeah, so by the time that you hear this, we will be on our way to the Ultra in Fayetteville, and I am fucking stoked.
I'm very excited for
I
you.
was so excited.
You feel ready?
I do. I know we talked about it on the last podcast, but like we ran 20 miles the other day, and I'm pretty sure we recorded that and we hadn't run our 20 miler yet, right? Because that was last Monday. And
I feel like you guys did.
No, because that came out last Thursday.
Okay.
So we recorded it on
You guys
Monday.
ran an 18?
Yeah, we ran 18.
Got you.
And then we biked.
What's 2 more miles?
Yeah. And then we biked, and then we ran a 20, and we were just fueling. Like the only time we really stopped was to stop to know what to fuel with. And last year, I know we talked about it, used like sweet potatoes, Tostitos chips. And I did baby food, which actually used like the applesauce, banana mix. And I was using Nerd Ropes and gummy bears. And honestly, like I just felt really good. Like it was easy. We were like conversational the entire time. It was fun. And like this time last year, the 20 miler absolutely sucked. Like I remember being in like doing the 20 mile run, which is the longest run that we have before this ultra. And meanwhile, last year, the race was a week later. So we really were in a time crunch this time. So that's why we had to do the 20 miles so close to the race, which wasn't a bad idea. We did just fine. But besides the point, last year, I remember being with Rich and we like miscalculated how far we had ran. And so we turned around too early. And so we had 1.5 miles to make up. And we just kept going around and around and around this grass patch. And by the time that we had gotten there, like mile 16, we were feeling it. 17, we were like, oh my God, fuck this. 18, we're like, I am actually in the poorhouse right now. Like this sucks. And like I couldn't keep food down and I kept having to go to the bathroom and I was getting nervous. I was like, this ultra is going to blow if I have to run another 14 miles because it's only 20. Yeah. And the ultra's like 34.
30. Is it 34?
Well, it depends on like how many ultra loops you did, but we ended up doing like, 33, 34. And I'm not ultra loops, penalty loops. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And I was like, this is going to fucking suck. And I literally left and I know Lana was like crying on her way home, but I remember sitting in the car just being like, I fucked up. I was like, I fucked up. Like I should not be doing this. Like who the fuck am I to be doing this ultra right now? And obviously it was just fine. But this time around we all got done and we were kind of like, the 20 miles was over and we were like, you want to get breakfast? Like, the next day we were like, you want to go for a walk? Like nobody was sore.
It felt good.
Yeah. Like we did everything just right.
Nice.
So yeah, I feel good. Really good.
One of us has got to.
Yeah. One of us got to. This is like what has been going on. I feel like Abigail's at a really big high and then I am like absolutely dying. And if I'm at an absolute high, Abigail is dying. So it's like one or the other.
Kidding.
We're like yin and yanging.
I'm like, full disclosure, everybody watching this, I'm actually trying like to not cry right now. And I'm laughing about it, but I'm really having a hard time.
Abigail's actually having a fucking panic attack on this podcast.
Having a manic episode currently.
It's been a lot.
I want to go home. Oh. Anyways, I can't even talk about it either because I guess I can.
Yeah.
I'm going to work for myself, and so I'm getting a lot of like things built and systems in place, and there's a lot of excitement but also stress, and then there's also the limbo of everything, and simultaneously like all of the culmination of the past probably 4 or 5 months of like realizing I have to completely change what I'm doing and then doing it and then also trying to like beat my body into the ground because that's what I do to train, and realizing that and then realizing that that's not sustainable, and now experiencing like everyone, it's very interesting. A lot of people are like burnout isn't real.
Liars.
There is a certain point where if this isn't burnout, I really don't want to know what is.
No, you're definitely experiencing burnout.
I don't want to experience it because it feels like the worst thing ever.
Well, like I just said to you, I think that people like seriously underrate the fact that burning out or like the stress that you're experiencing isn't just the stress that you're experiencing right now. And like that's one thing that
it's a culmination of all of the stress that you've experienced the past few months
time, and like in that shit, like especially if you don't handle it head on and you kind of like, you know, you take things as they come and you try to be like a good person and you set things aside and you take care of one thing at a time, like just eventually over time your body is fucking tired for months at a time of going through stress. And so like that's one thing I definitely learned from last year is like when I hit my breaking point and I had to leave and go to my parents, it was like all the past fucking 8 months just like came to a head, and then I hit my breaking point. It's not like you're stressed about what's happening right now. And I think that's so underrated because people are like, I'm so fucking stressed out, I have this going on right now. And I'm like, you've probably been going through a lot of those things for however many weeks, months, whatever it is, and now you're finally at the point where you have to having to do something about it, and so it just feels that much more aggressive.
Yeah,
you know?
I almost don't even. It's very strange because I'll go through. It doesn't necessarily feel like this crazy stress. It just feels like anything over the normal schedule is immensely so much weight.
Yeah, and
like even the normal schedule is a lot, and then. It's just like you have no energy, no. My mood is like this. Like my libido is like this. My will to live is like this.
Yeah.
my overall
the heart rate is like beep.
My excitement level is like this. Like I'm like I'm going to Tampa this week. I literally tried to walk in and I was like, I sound like the most bitchy, most depressing person right now, and I'm trying to be like, hey guys, but I'm like, hey, guy, like, I don't even think that I can even try. Like, I don't even, there's no part of me that's enthusiastic about
but
anything.
That's okay. Like, everybody has to have those moments. I mean, shit's not fucking perfect. And like I said, you're just going through a lot right now. I mean, very proud of you for what you're doing, but I just think that everything is coming to, like, what Abigail was doing to be able to get into the position that she's going to be at, she had to move very fast. And I think that like it also the stress of not being able to talk about it, I think was also like killing you inside, because like she's doing really, really good. And she has like fucking dope ass clients and like dope athletes. And I think that you not being able to talk about it to people other than like us is like, you can't even share what you're doing half the time. You know what I mean? Like you can't even, like she couldn't even share like the highlights of her people. And she was like, you were dropping hints and stuff like that. We were all wearing your shirts, but to be honest, it was one of those things where like you had to do things under the radar because you just, you know, needed to take care of yourself. And so I just think it was a lot going on and you had to just move very fast. And now that everything is like you're officially going to be on your own, like I said.
Now there's all the things. I think the stress is like the looming like leftover things I have to do, and then also the things that I know that I'm going to forget that I have to do, that I'm going to have to figure out last minute. And also just the stress of like making sure every one of my clients is taken care of, knows where they're going, is getting good service where they're going. I have everything planned out. Like all of that is its own.
You got to like check all the boxes thing. And there's a lot of boxes to check. Yeah. But it's not going to be perfect. People are going to be all right. Yeah. They're going to be okay. And you'll have a dope ass space too. Which is the most exciting part.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways, we want to talk today about tattoos because a while ago I put up a poll on my story asking people questions on their opinions on tattoos, and I thought it was really interesting because ever since I got tattoos, no, really, let me clarify. Ever since I got my sleeve,
Yeah.
I have experienced interactions differently. And so, and there was also, it was prompted based off of this podcast with, Chris Williamson and some other dude. And they were talking about male and female, like, sexual tendencies and, like, what women are attracted to and what men are attracted to and all that kind of thing based on, like, physical appearance. I have the questions. I remember the questions mostly, though. But on the poll, I put up, do people with tattoos, and I said this is generally speaking, like, what is your assumption? And I said people with tattoos are more sexually open. Mm-hmm. A resounding yes.
Yes.
I think it was
I do.
Almost like 90-10.
Yeah.
And then it was people with tattoos are more aggressive. That was more 50-50. Mm-hmm. A little bit more skewed toward yes. And then it was tattoos are hot. Resounding yes, which was interesting because I had yes, no, and then yes, but only to a certain extent, right? Like, which is like,
yeah, like if they're covered or like what they are.
I said 50%
like that.
or less of the body is covered. Mm-hmm. But still, majority put yes, just in general. And then there was one other one that I put, which was, people with tattoos are confident. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people put yes.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very interesting because I've definitely had people assume that I'm more sexually open and sexually promiscuous than I am because I've had tattoos, since having tattoos.
I don't know. Like, I would have said yes to all those things. I'm just an aggressive person. Yeah.
I'm just an aggressive person, I think, in general. So that's unfair because
if they already know you, it's kind of like, yeah, are. Yeah, you definitely are.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would go back to the first question. Do you remember
people
the first one?
with tattoos are more sexually open.
Yeah. Which I weirdly would say yes.
Me too.
Yeah, I would say yes.
It's an assumption.
But I think that all of the questions, and like I might say this for each one, is like, I think tattoos are just expression. Like, it's a way to express yourself. And so you are going to be more open than most people because you're almost like willing to do that.
I think that was the point of the thing was, because people with tattoos are just, they're more open to trying new things, showing something, like wearing it on your sleeve. Like they're more also sexually open.
Yeah.
I wonder, I should have asked a question, like people with tattoos have a higher body count. I wish I had asked that one.
Well, I mean, I guess the answer would be yes if you think that they're more sexually open.
That's why I was kind of linking them.
Yeah, like
in my head
together. Yeah, I don't know. I've gotten the question before if like people want to ask me about my tattoos or like, well, why did you get a tattoo? Like, do you want people to ask you about it? And I don't really think it's about that. I don't think it's people craving attention. I just think it's people being able to be open in that sense and I don't even think that the confidence thing really has anything to do with it because there's a lot of times where we are like not confident at all. You know what I mean? But I don't really think it's about, again, like craving attention from other people. It's more like just a way to express yourself in a different form that means more because it's directly on your body.
I think for me, it was also just like a dissociation from my physical body in a sense. Like not prescribing so much meaning to how I looked to just be like, because everyone's like, it's permanent, it's on you forever. It's like, okay.
It's kind of like an escape.
In some ways, for me, getting a tattoo, getting a sleeve was like, why do I need to think about, this is permanent, it's gonna be on me, and what do I look like, and how will people perceive me? It's like I've spent so much of my life doing that, that this was a way of kind of rejecting that notion for myself, not trying to be like fight the powers that be, like just for me, just be like, let it the fuck go. Who cares? Yeah, like it's skin.
Yeah,
put shit on it.
Put clothes on.
Put shit on it and get over yourself. Like really, like it was kind of just like put something beautiful on it that you find meaning in, but also like at the end of the day, get over yourself because I guarantee you, like ain't nobody else is thinking about your tattoos and how you look and oh my God, why did you get the? Nobody's thinking about that.
Yeah, nobody goes to bed at night thinking about you. I mean, not to sound like a total asshole or anything like that, but
no.
People will, like bitch and moan about them, but people aren't going to bed at night fucking lying awake thinking about your tattoos or you like in general.
No.
I think like an older generation, like my grandparents didn't like them, and I don't think my parents even liked them at first. But I also think it's because it's like it's your kid and they've realized that they no longer have a say.
No, I think it's a timing thing, because back then people who had tattoos, it was like they were prostitutes or they were in gangs.
Oh yeah. But even like from a parent perspective, like that's true, because like it is a gang. Yeah, it is the times. Like times change and now they're more accepted. But it is one of those things, just like, I don't know, when you let your kid go out for the first time, or your kid gets a belly button ring, or like her ears pierced without you. I think it's an attachment type thing for parents, where they're just kind of like, you're officially doing things on your own now and you're making your own decisions. And I think that just being older now, I can kind of see why they'd be like, oh my God, my daughter is doing X, Y, and Z. Not that I was doing it for a bad reason. It's just that they're finally realizing that I'm growing into my own person. And that's scary. Like, that's scary for any parent to just be like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I have no say anymore, So I think it's like an attachment thing. Plus, like you said, it's a timing thing, because back in the day, I mean, not even back in the day, but like a couple of years ago, it's really like for gangs or, prostitutes and stuff like that.
It was for the scandalous.
But like nowadays, like everybody fucking has tattoos. I know doctors that have tattoos across their entire fucking body, and they put on their scrubs and you can't even see them.
Yeah.
I think it's totally normal.
I think tattoos are normal, but yeah, I mean, I would have voted probably no to tattoos people with tattoos are aggressive. I would probably voted yes for sexually open. Mm-hmm. I would have voted yes for tattoos are hot. I think tattoos are very attractive.
Yeah, me too.
I
think so too.
Unless you have some really whack ones.
Yeah, I will say the only tattoos that I'm like 100% no-go on is I'm not a face tattoo person, and I'm not a head tattoo person. I can't do it. And I know you're going to say the opposite, but I can't do it.
Face tattoos I can understand, but neck and head tattoos I can still get behind.
Okay, neck tattoos I could do.
Neck tattoos are head tattoos,
so like if they're
hot to me for some reason.
If they're like bald and they have their whole head covered, I'm like, I can't do it. Just something about it, I can't do it. I don't know. Neck tattoos I'm fine with. It just depends. It really honestly only depends on the person too.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you look like a dude, it's like, you got head tattoos and like, I don't want to talk to you because you look scary. Like it just depends.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Jordan Shallow has head tattoos.
Yeah, but I don't like them. Oh. Like I just don't like them. Oh. I don't know. There's just something about that part of it. Even like, I don't know. It also depends on the person. Like I know a lot of females that have finger tattoos, and I think that they're really attractive. And then some people have tattoos, and I'm like, she looks gross. Like she looks like she needs to get her nails done. Like it looks dirty. And then I know people like guys who have, tattoos on their fingers, and I'm like, I think it's really hot.
Yeah.
And then some guys, they just look dirty. So maybe it just depends on what the tattoo is too.
Yeah, I think it's the type of tattoo. I think it's the design. I think it's kind of the way you carry yourself with your tattoos.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the person under the skin that represents what's on the skin.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But
I will say the whole aggression thing always gets me when people are like, or even like bikers, I'll loop them in that category that have like, they wear like all the leather and they have like tattoos on and stuff. They're like, they're so mean. I think they are the nicest people. Like I've never met a tattoo artist that are like actual assholes. Like most of the people that you go to that are reputable, they're really fucking nice.
Some of the nicest people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people with tattoos are some of the nicest people I've met.
Yeah.
Not just tattoo artists, but just people with tattoos in general.
Yeah.
Can be some of the nicest people.
Yeah. Like
again, I think it's the person under the skin that really portrays what's on the skin. But yeah, it was very interesting to me to listen to, because I think that my interactions with people have assumed I've had a higher body count than I have, because like since getting a sleeve, and even over when I just had my shoulder piece. Mm-hmm. So when I just had my shoulder piece, it was like, elegant, I love your tattoo. I used to get compliments on my shoulder piece all the time.
Yeah, it is so pretty.
Yes. Once I got my sleeve, I didn't get as many compliments because it's just a different vibe. It's got like, now there's like a snake on it and birds, and there's a lot more to it. And so it was very interesting how quickly it was like, okay, so there's a certain percentage of skin that gets covered where people go from like, that's really beautiful, to like, that's a little too much. I mean, I still get compliments all the time, and I love my tattoos, but it was interesting to observe. And then also interacting with guys, I think that they were a little bit more aggressive with me in terms of pursuit because they just kind of assumed that I would be down, you know?
Yeah.
And they were very disappointed.
They're very wrong.
They're very
I will
disappointed.
say it's definitely
I've also
a talking
always been
point.
aggressive. I've always been aggressive. Yes,
Yeah,
like guys
it's
will
definitely
come
a
up.
talking point for guys. Like
Yes.
they'll like the first thing they'll say is if they're coming up to you, they'll be like, "I really like your tattoos,"
Which is so fucking frustrating because actually I also get it because I've not even as a talking point, like I've gone up to guys and been like, I love your tattoos because I'll look at their tattoos. I'm like, those are fucking incredible.
There was a guy at that Spartan race that I literally like an absolute asshole was taking a video of his back from so far away because I wanted to see what his whole back was covered. And it was this absolutely insane spear fishing piece.
That's cool.
And I was like, holy shit, this guy's back is epic. And so I like was taking a video and zooming in and like trying to figure out what it was. And my camera like couldn't go far enough. So I was like, fuck it, Alana, I'm just going to go ask the guy. And I went up to the guy and I was like, dude, can I please take a picture of your back?
Yeah.
And he was like, why? I'm like, your tattoo is fucking awesome. Like, I think it's so cool. And it wasn't like, you know, I wasn't talking to him to like hit on him. I genuinely love this tattoo. But I've definitely had people come up to me and be like, I really like your tattoos. And like, you know, kind of like that's their intro. I guess. That's their intro.
There was one
like,
time. There was one time that I did see a guy, and it was bad because I was in a like my dress that's low key a little bit see through.
Oh.
And I was out with my sister, and I really genuinely was like, this guy's tattoos are fucking beautiful. Like, he also just had, like, beautiful skin, and he was, like, very in shape, and so the tattoos looked even better, and I was just like, oh, my God, like, these are beautiful. And so I looked at him, and I was like, I really love your tattoos, and you could tell immediately he took it as, like, a... oh, she's trying to, and so he like gives me this look back, and he was like, oh, thanks, and like stared at me and like was checking me out, and I was like, I'm gonna leave now. I just wanted to compliment.
You're like, yeah, sorry.
I just actually wanted to compliment you. This is getting awkward, and also I'm with my sister, and now I feel naked because I kind of am.
You're like, this turned into something I didn't want to be a part
This
of.
turned into something I did not mean to have happen. And the second it came out of my mouth, I was like,
oh my God.
I definitely gave him the wrong impression there.
Oh my God.
Because there are times when, there are times when I think it's a little bit more of like a hey, and oh my God, I love your tattoos. And instead of just like an immediately walk up to a guy promptedly in a dress that's fairly scandalous and be like, oh my God, I love your tattoos.
I know. And it's actually really cool to be able to have an experience with somebody though, when you're actually just talking to them about their tattoos, not hitting on them. Like, because a lot of people have serious meaning behind their tattoos. A lot of people get dumbass tattoos, but like a lot of people that have big pieces, they're for something. Like bigger pieces are normally for something. And what I fucking hate is if somebody asks, well, I'm just going to say this because I know it has to get redone. I literally hate the fact that I have a tattoo that I need to get redone. Like, it drives me fucking
She could have gotten
nuts
it redone and she didn't.
because I hate having to explain myself. Like, it is just, it's not a good story. It's a bad story. It's not funny. It's not anything. It's just I fucked up and I need to get it redone. And it literally drives me nuts. It's like embarrassing I get secondhand embarrassment for myself when somebody asks me about it. And I'm like, ugh.
Really? I never thought it's that big of a deal. I don't know. I mean,
a lot of people don't.
I can see why you'd be like embarrassed by it, but also I never, when I asked you about it, it was not something that I was like, oh, you fucked up. I just was like, oh, that sucks. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And I
You're
never,
like, oh, it looks like shit.
I never notice your foot. Like, I don't ever notice your foot.
Yeah.
But I also get it. It's just like an insecurity thing. I had it when I totally, not related to like choice thing. I had warts all over my hands. And people didn't notice, didn't care half the time, whatever. Yeah. But I was also in fucking middle school, which is the worst time to have warts all over your hands, let me tell you. And I would
are brutal, bro.
I would legitimately like hold my hands and cover them and like talk to people with hands behind my back. And I didn't ever want to, like, when people would reach out to shake my hand, I never wanted to shake their hand, you know? And so, and
just self-conscious.
It's just one of those things that you notice it, nobody else fucking notices it.
I know. And I think the thing about it too is that by the time that I'm going to have to get, like, I don't know, I also don't like creating attention. Like, I feel like I am the type of person and I have the personality that I go into a room and somehow, some way, I'm the loudest one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean somehow, some way?
I just am
What
loud.
do you, yes. So what do you mean? Somehow,
I don't
like
more-
creating attention. I just walk in the room, usually in a sports bra and spandex, looking hot, yelling at people. And for some reason, everyone stares at me.
But I genuinely don't want any more attention. So I fucking hate having to explain myself because I'm like, I don't want people looking at my feet.
Then shut up.
But I'm saying when I have to get my foot redone, there is no shot that I'm going to have to get my foot redone without doing my entire fucking ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to get the whole thing done. And I'm like, I think it would be beautiful, but I also think it low key might look a little fucked up even more than it already does. Or it's just going to create a lot of attention that like I really don't want. So that's why I haven't gotten it done yet. Like, I don't know.
I say just keep the fucking blob.
Keep the blob. Isn't that guy coming back?
Yeah. This coming week. You'll be gone.
Oh, I'll be gone. R.I.P. When is he coming back again?
Monday. Oh, I don't know. After Monday.
I did have a chance to get the blob covered up.
She had a chance.
I did.
And she didn't take it. So instead, I got a foot tattoo.
I know. But a foot tattoo's epic. Foot tattoos hurt.
Oh, God,
Take it from us.
hurt. They hurt.
They're just not fun.
And I've gotten tattooed in many uncomfortable places.
Yeah.
And ironically, the ones that you would think are painful that are not, the ear, the actual ear, behind the ear, nothing. Around, to me, the elbow didn't hurt. It was like around the elbow that hurt. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, go around the elbow hurts. The elbow, I was like, this is fine. Around the elbow, bitch.
Yeah.
Also,
because it like vibrates.
Inside the arm, I was okay, but like, my arm
right here.
Yeah,
I was right in the middle.
Yes, in the weenus.
Yeah,
I was okay, but my arm was not. My arm was like, we ain't taking this ink, and started just bleeding the fuck out.
Yeah,
so that was the thing.
And right around like not because I don't have it on my thumb, but dude, like right around this part right here, at the base of your thumb, my hand was like shaking like this. Excuse me, and I couldn't like leave my hand there without it shaking, so I was nervous he was gonna fuck up because I kept like going like this, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I said to her, I was like, Hector, I'm so sorry.
I was the thumb hurts, the hand hurts.
It didn't fade as much as I thought it was gonna. It didn't fade at all.
My skin takes ink really well.
It does. Like your tattoos healed really well,
very well. My skin, I have
porcelain.
I have fair skin. I have old money skin.
Yeah, you do. No, seriously, you do. Because it healed. I mean, my butterfly and also this one healed really good.
Yeah.
But I definitely have like olivey skin, so it kind of like fades out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, I like the look of faded tattoos.
Yeah, a little fade is nice.
Like when guys have tattoos that are like faded, where like even like with some of the ink, not when some of the ink like comes off. Like I've seen like lettering where it's like so faded that it looks like it's been there for a while, but it looks like dirty. You know what I'm saying?
You dirty bitch.
I know. I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of into the dirt vibe.
You like that, but you don't like head tattoos?
Yeah, because head tattoos are just weird. Like
head tattoos are hot. Neck tattoos are hotter.
Neck tattoos are hot.
God, neck tattoos are so fucking hot. I will never get one myself, but I will dream about it.
Could you imagine sitting with your head literally back and somebody pressing on your neck to tattoo the whole thing? Like I would die. I would leave halfway. There's no way I would sit through it. No way.
I don't know why, but
and
I feel like
pulling
the throat,
out your skin. Like,
I don't know why, but I feel like the throat wouldn't hurt that much.
I really want a sternum piece.
Oh, that sounds painful. Also, that's like the new tramp stamp. Get out.
I know, but I fucking want one so bad, and that's why I haven't gotten it.
You are such a Jersey dirty bitch.
Come on, I want one. You told me it wouldn't look good.
I have to. It would look good. You would look good. You
tell me it wouldn't look good with one though.
But you look good as a dirty little whore.
Whatever.
You also look good in fucking hot pink stilettos and a bodycon cheetah print dress. So
I know 2024 is my new era. I'm going back to my Jersey ways. So y'all better suck it the fuck up because I'm about to wear some tight dresses and some stilettos.
Ready to become a fucking maiden. I'm ready to become a fucking stay-at-home recluse and wear full-length dresses, no cleavage.
You're totally covered up, a bonnet on, totally covered up, churning butter in the backyard. Like,
actually, no, fuck that. I'm ready to become a full-fledged hippie and never wear a bra or underwear ever again.
You can go one direction or the other, and you got to pick one of them.
Hippie.
I'll be a slut. Fuck it. 2024 is my year, bitch. I said this last year too, so better not fuck up now. We're doing great, sweetheart. We're doing great.
All right.
Okay, we gotta cut this one early because we gotta go to work.
I'm gonna go die. I'll see y'all next week for another episode of BarTalk.
Oh my God, what are we doing?